something is happening across forests, mountains, and bodies of water in North America. People vanish without a trace, under chillingly similar circumstances. In many cases, they're experienced hikers, healthy young students, or even children. And their disappearances defy logic. Let's dive into a series of shocking real-life cases, true events that have baffled search teams, left families in limbo, and raised questions no one can fully answer. Off the coast of Florida, 3 men, top-tier jockeys preparing for the Kentucky Derby and Belmont Stakes, set out for a casual fishing trip in a shallow skiff, with a yacht monitoring them nearby. Suddenly, a storm blew in, something commonly reported in these vanishing stories. The men drifted into a small cove and were never seen again. Neither their bodies nor any of their equipment was recovered, despite one of the largest search efforts in Florida's history. Oddly, they could have simply walked to shore, yet they vanished without a trace. Morgan Heimer, a 22-year-old tour guide and University of Wyoming student, disappeared during a Grand Canyon River tour. After docking, the group hiked up a nearby creek. Morgan was last in line. Wearing a life vest, walking ankle-deep in water, and with 30 people nearby, Morgan was there one moment, gone the next. Despite a full week of searching with rangers, volunteers, and professionals, no trace of him was ever found. February 1978, Holland, Michigan. Stephen Kubacki, a student at Hope College, went cross-country skiing near Lake Michigan. His gear and footprints were found, leading 200 yards out onto the ice, then stopping. Authorities presumed he fell through and drowned. But over a year later, in May 1979, Kubacki showed up, alive. He woke up in a field in Massachusetts, over 700 miles away, wearing unfamiliar clothes, with no memory of the missing 15 months. Later, he earned a PhD and refused to speak publicly. What happened during that gap remains a complete mystery. In many similar cases, bodies found in water exhibit signs that contradict the official timeline. Coroners often note the body was only submerged for a day, despite the person being missing for a week. So, where were they before entering the water? Many disappearances happen near clusters like the Great Lakes Triangle. Victims often have strong religious ties, are found near water, or have some disability or medical condition, sometimes undetectable. Those who return often have no memory of where they've been. In several instances, victims were on the phone while disappearing. They'd say things like, "Oh my God, where am I?" before the line abruptly cut off. One such case, Brandon Swanson from Minnesota. He was driving home, called his parents after getting stuck, and told them his location, only to vanish mid-call. His car was found miles away from where he claimed to be. He was never found. In 2023, 2 individuals went missing in Arizona's Rustler Park, just months apart. First, Janet Casterjohn, a partially blind 44-year-old with a brain injury, disappeared within minutes of her mother stepping into a restroom. No struggle, no sounds. She was simply gone. Then 69-year-old Lawrence Sidden vanished while hiking with his cat. His vehicle was later found with an expired permit, but he was never located. No signs, no remains. In February 1975, 19-year-old Charles McCuller set out to explore Crater Lake National Park. He never returned. Almost a year later, hikers found his remains 12 miles deep in the backcountry. His pants were lying on the ground, unzipped, socks still inside, yet no boots, coat, or shirt. snowdrifts were 20 to 30 feet high. Investigators were so disturbed they involved the FBI. How he ended up there, alone, lightly dressed, and in winter, remains unsolved. Small children have reportedly crossed insane distances, 9 to 12 miles, over mountain ranges in mere hours. One story tells of a toddler in Oregon who did just that. Experts say even trained survivalists would struggle to cover such terrain that quickly. Many of these kids returned barefoot, missing clothing, or completely unable to explain where they were. In 2014, firefighter Mike Herdman vanished in the Cesp Wilderness after chasing his dog into the woods, wearing only shorts and a t-shirt. Despite intensive search operations involving helicopters, drones, and over 200 searchers, Mike's body wasn't found until days later, far from the campsite. His dog Duke returned unharmed. Eerily, the name of the local website tied to the region is the same as the author's book, The Devil's in the Detail. Why do so many of these victims vanish near water or remote trails, lose shoes or clothing, experience memory loss, or are unable to speak at all, end up far from where they were last seen with no way to have gotten there? Are these random tragedies or something far more mysterious? Whatever the cause, be it psychological, environmental, or something beyond our understanding, these disappearances have one thing in common. They leave more questions than answers. Subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained, and let us know in the comments. Which of these cases shook you the most?